All right, YouTube, welcome back to part 2 of this loadout race series featuring 4 different racers here. I'm your gamer host, and I'm going to be taking you through some cool highlights that I found throughout this race. And I mean, we'll just watch the whole thing, but I'll try to point out some of the things that I noticed, be a little bit more attentive on those as opposed to when we're doing these live on Twitch. If you haven't gone over to the Twitch yet, why not take a look? We're live every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday, doing these races at least for the next 2 months. And if we're not in this race series, well, I'm still just live then doing something. So go over there. Come on. I want to say hey. But I'm going to go ahead and unblur the results now from Loadout 1 of this race. So now's your time to run away. Last warning before you know everything that's going on. Alright? Okay. Alright, so we've got in first place from Loadout 1, Zinc came in with a bonus point, only being about 30 seconds ahead of DeKlowski real time, but had a pillar skip, had some focus crystals, and just was able to... There's a quacking duck. That's right. I use a duck for as instead of like a bullet gun or something to start a race. We have ducks. So there you go. Now you know. But yeah, Zinc was just only half a minute ahead, but DeKlowski died at the last second, so he wasn't able to provide or prevent any bonus points, and now has a bit of a steep climb to try and take back first from Zinc. There are many ways this can happen. All that needs to happen is DeKlowski needs to place 2 positions higher than Zinc. So if DeKlowski gets in second and Zinc gets in fourth, then he's okay for a tiebreaker. Or yeah. If DeKlowski gets first, Zinc gets third. That's also a tiebreaker. If DeKlowski gets first with a bonus point and Zinc gets second, right, kind of have an inverse of what happened in the Loadout 1 as a tiebreaker. But if DeKlowski can get both bonus points and just straight up win in a setup like this, it would be instant GG for DeKlowski. As we see, DeKlowski's actually going really fast. Has like a repulsion armor plate, grabbed the Molotov, and it's like, alright, I'm ready. Right, and this is a Huntress loadout that I wouldn't quite say is like the best Huntress loadout that we've ever seen. I know a lot of people who speedrun will typically prefer Flurry over, Strafe over Flurry. And that's just because it's a lot more consistent, you have a lot less overkill, it's a lot less time between shots, so if you need something to die, you can generally kill it pretty fast, and it just does more damage unless there's a bunch of crit. With last loadout, we saw plenty of crit from a crit princer. I believe Liam, down at the bottom left, who's also in the TP fight, who struggled on stage 1 last run. Seems to be doing alright this time. Vagrant's almost dead. He actually went for a huge crit build. And oh god, yeah, takes cover. Okay. Yeah, Liam went for a really high crit build, went for just a big proc chain, which was a pretty good build. He just didn't know that there was bleed, I think. Or maybe he didn't realize the value of Commando with bleed. And that's why he is currently at 0th place. Or not 0th, 4th. Over in 4th place. And we'll see. I mean, anything can happen. Right? All you need is for Zinc to tank, and then for you to get in 1st place. And suddenly you're looking at a gold medal. Right, that's what happens here in Hosting League. There's only 2 loadouts. At no point here in the Hosting League are you out of it. You just gotta do an inverse sweep. A reversal. Is that the term? Yes. But yeah, we have... Oh, interesting. So Zinc here, the champion, one who did really good in Loadout 1, found a void band on top of the bridge and opted to pick it up. So we'll see. We'll see if that's a good choice, right? With a Prayon being just found, Prayon and Void Band aren't exactly the most ideal things to have together. Yeah, Zink says "guh" in chat. Knowing the mistake here that has been made. Let's see, does Ken's want the Void Band? No. Ken's is thinking, Void Band is gross, it's icky. When I do my full looting runs, it doesn't help at all. It makes it a lot worse, and opts not to take it. And then finds the Prayon, right? And you don't want Void Band with Prayon. Like, maybe with Genesis Loop, it's not... Like, you're not going to be relying on band procs too much. So, you know, if you only have, like, one loop every 20 seconds or so, that's fine. But even with the Ballista, right? Kind of don't want that. And DeKlowski gets his Void Band as well. And actually, okay. I missed on this. I missed out. I want you to observe here for DeKlowski. Okay. So we're going way back in time. DeKlowski has no healing. DeKlowski is low in health. But he needs to open up this Void Cradle. But from taking that damage, he's now in a predicament. Oh, what do? Do I just run away? Do I move out? I'm pretty sure he had a Blood Shrine or something. One of those two things happened. Maybe he didn't buy one? I don't see it. Must have been a while ago. But you only get health every 2.5 seconds. And you gotta get all the way up to 55 before you can open that up. So just from this alone, DeKlowski's losing a whole minute and a half. Enemies are gonna be stronger just from, you know, level up scaling. Which can make a pretty big deal when you're trying to race like this. Oh my god, almost gets hit by an infestor and almost dies. Right, that's another thing you gotta look out for when doing that. And gets a Void Band. So for taking an entire minute plus of time, right? I was like at the 3:30 mark when he started running up there. He took 1 minute and gets a Void Band. Which is, well, I'm not exactly a math major, but am I a math major? I don't know. YouTube, let me know if computer science is a math major. And that'll kind of determine whether or not. I don't think it is, though. But yeah, I don't think a minute's gonna do a whole lot there. And they see everyone now has made it to stage 2. That's good. Right, we saw in Loadout 1 again with Liam, who was standing behind, like, by 7 minutes. Had like a 15-minute stage 1 or some crazy time like that. And this time around, doesn't seem to be the case. Seems like he's doing a lot better. Good for Liam. I'm happy. Looks like there's an energy drink with a crit glass tri-shop. Both Ken's and Zink opted for the energy drink. DeKlowski, in the meanwhile, on the other hand, takes the crit, which I don't hate the idea of taking crit with this Huntress loadout, right? You have Flurry. Getting that crit is going to be such massive value, right? You're getting so much damage from that Flurry just with one pair of glasses. So it could be really good DPS. Maybe they saw that they at least still have Ballista. Oh. Yeah. Probably thought we have Ballista. That's already plenty of damage. I don't need to rely on Flurry. Oh, the energy drink and crit glass. Those are in 2 different tri-shops. I think there's 2 energy drinks then, or 2 crits. While I'm talking about drinks and crits, Zink is already done killing the Beetle Queen on stage 2. And gets an ATG from the boss. Seeing lots of Prayon blasts. For Ken's, for DeKlowski, for Liam, all of them getting their blasts and within a couple seconds of each other. I think DeKlowski's crit. Liam's and Ken's did not crit. So a little bit of luck on DeKlowski's part. Does not have to worry about the TP boss. Does not have to worry about Beetle Guard spawning in. And can just kind of relax, even though he's at a little bit low on health. I don't see him having any troubles anytime soon in that situation. We'll see if we see any other tactical glooping from Ken's or from Liam. When you have low percent procs in a build like this with Prayon, sometimes it just comes down to RNG who wins. Right, who's going to get more crits off their Prayon? Who's going to get more ATGs to come out? Which, I mean, I think it's pretty interesting. Yeah, there we go. We saw a... I want to see Liam. What happened to Liam? Turn around is at 40% on TP. Gets hit by... I'm assuming going to be a Beetle Guard Sunder. We'll see. No, wait. Yeah, okay, it was. It was a Sunder from a Beetle Guard. There goes the Gloop in all of its glory and all of its brightness. Blam. Another energy drink, by the way. And a Shrine of Chance. And then there's also an energy drink printer in the back of the map. Look at Zinc here. Who just found the printer. And oh, I forgot about this. I forgot Polyloot in the way back of the map just hiding. That is huge. I mean, with having great mobility like this, you are able to be rewarded by being able to look at more parts of the map in less time, way less time. And Zinc's gonna have that. DeKlowski, meanwhile, does find a Royal Capacitor. So we'll now have that. Zinc also found the capacitor. It was on top of a bridge. And DeKlowski goes for double crit instead of double drink. Or crit and drink. Hens is off to stage 3. Zinc finds a key. Wait, was that Zinc that found the key? What? I swore I saw a rusted key on the ground for Zinc. Let me go back. What happened? Okay, Zinc gets the crit. Zinc gets the attack speed. Where the hell did I see a rusted key? Oh no. I need to go to the eye doctor, I guess. That's embarrassing. Okay. Oh. I said nothing. DeKlowski on to stage 3 alongside Zinc. Ooh, but Liam, who's still far on stage 2, sees the speed printer, doesn't want it. He's feeling pretty comfy. Oh, he's thinking about it though. Liam's thinking, should I get the speed? Maybe I could get a couple kills for that damage chest I saw earlier. He does technically have enough money if he wants to go back for it, but it's going to be another like minute just to run back at this point. Poor Liam. But he found the Polyloot. You know who didn't find the Polyloot? DeKlowski and Ken's. They're both without that Polyloot, so that's -1 proc in the proc chain for them. But Zinc's got it. Zinc's got the Polyloot. He's got the Void Band, which, you know, he kind of felt bad for picking up the Void Band after seeing the Prayon. But I think it's starting to work out for him, because now he's got, what is that, a Royal Capacitor. Zinc's got the Polyloot. He's got the ATG. He's got the crit, right? A few different things that could proc from that Void Band. And it also keeps Mithrix at bay a little bit there. So I think that was a crit Void Band right there. Wait, was it? I want to see. Okay, so here he goes. Lands a shot. And... yeah, it's a crit. It's like 1,400 something damage. Man, Zinc actually got a lot of crits in there. I saw like 4 crit numbers pop up. Or was that a Polyloot proc? Whatever did 427 damage. I doubt that was from the capacitor Void Band. But it's kind of convenient that capacitor and Void Band both have cooldowns of 20 seconds, respectively. So by having the Void Band up, as soon as it's ready, boom, lightning. As soon as it's ready, boom, lightning. Right. There's no real loss there. The only real loss is that you don't have that band proc in between that you can like throw a ballista, or you don't have ballista where you throw out your glaive. There, you're getting that. Oh, huge moment here. Oh no. Poor DeKlowski here. Doesn't have the polyloot, keep in mind. Found a vase. DeKlowski found a vase on this map. And a couple others will find. And doesn't have the capacitor as a result. Right, he opted just to take the vase. I'm going to activate TP. And gets a couple cool ATGs from that Void Band. Huge Void Band value, but he just doesn't have the movement speed that the other racers have. You can't outrun these little wisps, and falls off. You want to use your shift right now. Didn't have the shift ready because he used it too early and takes a +5 from falling off the map. Unfortunate for DeKlowski here. He will have to really work his way back up in this race to be able to try and place. Remember, DeKlowski needs to get 2 more points than Zinc in this loadout in order to bring it to a tiebreaker. So the pressure's on for him. For Zinc, all Zinc needs to do is just win the loadout. Just win the loadout, and if you get second place, just have it be a good second, so that way nobody snags bonus points. Which, as long as you get like a 35-minute run or something like that, that can happen. Right? So you could use like an extra minute to loot. Well, Zinc isn't thinking about that. Zinc's thinking about winning. Also has the vase. Is on stage 4. Again, polyloot, crit, ATG, huge value. And that right there, we saw Liam got a great prey-on shot on the Grove Tender, immediately annihilated her, and gets... It looks like everyone's getting... What's that item called? Ignition Tank as the boss item. So that's cool. I think Ken's actually, did Ken's find the vase and then go back for the vase after TP? Hold up, I'm curious about something. Because this could be a huge play. Yeah. Wait, hold on. But did she already find the vase? Yeah, because right here, right, as a prey-on accumulator, was able to annihilate the boss, didn't die like poor DeKlowski did. And then gets the void key. We're going to move ahead a little bit. Okay, so the vase, in case you were wondering, was right here. Yeah, there was that, or there was capacitor. And, okay, that's cool. So she just accidentally swapped between the two for a sec there. Not bad. Using the vase to get around, using those fuel cells as well. To be able to get this slug. I like it. I like the play. Good stuff. And she's on her way over to stage 4. DeKlowski is right ahead of her, except for the fact that he has a +5. And Zinc is ahead of everybody, because he's been on this stage for like a minute and just finds no. Zinc found the greatest red item of all. Okay, maybe not the greatest, but it's really up there. Happy Mask. Oh boy. We'll check back up on him to see if he gets any value from that. I think it's like a 7% chance to get a minion to spawn. And it lasts for like 15 seconds because you're on Eclipse 1. It's really sad. A lot of the summon items are the first things that get nerfed. Engineer... Whoa. Oh, what? No way. Zinc plus 5. What happened? He was looking just fine. Oh, I think I know. Yep. Okay. Look out for ice golems. These things got a big splash radius. You only have 255 health. You don't have OSP up yet because you're not at full health yet. Because you don't have any healing items. Except for that med kit. And goes for the Lysate. There it is. There it is. Uses Ballista. Right here. Nope, this is not going to work. You got to run. You got to use your shift. Get out of there. And nope, reads it. That's a death. Wait, was that from the golem? Or was that from the mending mushroom? So, that was definitely from the golem. Okay. Yeah, the mushroom came a little bit later and was definitely not aiming. Not even the mending was ready. Yeah, glacial golem. They hurt. Golems are one of the most scary enemies in the game, in my opinion. They do so much damage. They have auto aim, like not auto aim, but they have like hit scan. And it's not just like a fine point that has to hit you. If they just have to get close to hitting you, and they'll at least do a good amount of damage to you. So yeah, that changes everything. Because now Zig is on the boss while nobody else is. Oh wait, no, Ken's of all people. We were talking about DeKlowski versus Zinc, but Ken's actually has the best chance, the highest chance. Don't die here. Oh my God, Ken's is at 100 health. You look at a health bar that large on any other survivor, and you're like, yeah, they got like 200. Nope, not Huntress. Huntress is squishy. She dies really early, really quick. I feel like if Zinc was like any other survivor, yeah, there goes a gloop. If Zinc was anyone else there, probably would have lived. Except for maybe Mercenary. I feel like Merc would die. Oh man. Whew. Everyone has vase. Even Liam just found the vase. You're a little bit behind on stage 3, but keep in mind Liam's the only other one that found the Polylead. He's also got double crit. Maybe not much movement speed, but it's definitely looking okay, right? You're not dead yet. You don't have a +5, and we'll see if some of these racers die anymore, right? DeKlowski sitting at 1 +5 did just find a delicate watch though, on that small branch next to the TP, so that could be good. But double Dune Strider on Huntress. At least you have your Laser Glaive, which can like bounce between them and deal even damage. Oh god, DeKlowski. You know what's interesting? I'm finally realizing, this is like my 3rd time watching this one through. And I have really bad short-term memory, so I always forget half the things. And then I call this a highlight because I'm supposed to already know what happens and I forget everything. With DeKlowski's low movement speed, he's really having to struggle. Just constantly getting bullied and harassed by a lot of these enemies, a lot of these shots. Zinc maybe not having the 2 crit glasses. Oh, he does. He found different crit down the line. Just being able to move faster. Oh, another syringe. Zinc got that movement speed. And I feel like that with the Polyloot is just making all the difference here. Oh, and Zinc greeting a safer spaces on spawn, right? Had the Mired Urn from stage 4 TP boss. It's like, oh, I could just open this up. There's rocks. There are rocks on the bridge, right? The Mired Urn will just hit, and then you'll heal from up. And he'll be at full health within a few seconds. Yeah, already back to where he was. And he's got safer spaces now. A huge greed on that, or not a huge greed, but you know, greed's the Void Cradle. It pays off. Right, there's like a 10% chance every time you open one of those it's going to be Safer Spaces outright. Or maybe it's like 9%. It's something like that. Which aren't bad odds, and it could have been something else as well that could have been good. Right, it could have been Plorpiton Larva, which would mean an extra life. It could be Plasma Shrimp as well. It could be another Polyloot. Right, there's a lot of good things it could be. Safer Spaces is a really, really, really good one to have, though, with no feathers. Just being able to tank one hit for free. You see DeKlowski here going through the adaptive chest. Sees... Okay, there's Fuel Cell, Sombering. ATG was in there. Gets upset from the ATG miss. And defaults to a Rose Buckler. Not bad. I think Rose Buckler is pretty good. Oh, he finds an Ice Band. He gets turned to Singularity. Ken's, meanwhile, found that Ice Band. Did not pick up Singularity Band early on. And has that as an advantage. Or is it? I don't know. Ice Band's nice and all, but like with Phase 2, you can kind of clump up enemies with the Void Band. Having one ATG. I guess Ken's doesn't have the Polyloot. Right, that's the big thing. If you have the Polyloot and ATG and crit and a bunch of other things, and then you throw out your Ice Band, that's good. And we see DeKlowski here trying to farm rocks to get health so that he can open this up. Doesn't want to break this watch, right? And there we go, finds a mushroom. Zinc did not have that watch to think about. And DeKlowski also has Safer Spaces now and can just kind of rush through the stages. Uh-oh. Liam is scaring me. There are larvae that are, like, on his camera, and he's having to dodge last second. Uses the vase to try and run away. Something I noticed about Liam, he likes to play far away. Right, we saw this in Loadout 1 as well. If he sees something scary, he sees something kind of frightening, he kind of cowers, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. Right, it's very good to stay far away from things if you don't want to die from them. And when I'm at 160 health or so, and I've only got one Goat Hoof and one Opal, not exactly feeling super safe. But sometimes you just really got to get into it. Got to make sure you're constantly dealing damage. And... oh no. Oh no. DeKlowski breaks his watch to the top left. What happened there? Having them run away. Hold on. Ah, sorry. But DeKlowski, let's go back and take a look here to see what happens. DeKlowski is beginning the TP fight. Dodges the orb, or the shot from that Greater Wisp. Takes one down. But here's another. And a rock. Oh no! He gets woolied. Direct hit by a Grandparent Rock. He's gonna be okay though. Was that an OSP moment? Is that the only reason why he lived? No, definitely wasn't an OSP, but did have Opal. As the Safer Spaces goes down there. No, doesn't have Opal. And there's the rock. Tried to dodge it, but just couldn't. And let's see that gloop damage. Come on, come on. Boom, half the health gone on that Greater Wisp. Tries to vase away, but the vase gets caught there. He wasn't even looking at the bottom island there. It's so annoying. Oh, man. Poor DeKlowski. Last to watch, down to +5. Zinc's on the moon. Right, had DeKlowski not died when he did, and had Zinc died, right, with his 1+5 that he has right now, DeKlowski would have a 5-minute advantage. And Ken's, who had the advantage of not dying yet and being far, like, at least at a similar pace, hasn't even activated the teleport yet. Right. Doesn't know about the safer spaces from that cradle. I think they might find out about it here. Yep. Opens it up. That's safer spaces. You're feeling good. Zinc, meanwhile, already beginning the fight. Probably has like the most damage items out of any racer here. I feel like Zinc's very similar to DeKlowski on damage items. We see Zinc having a Polyloot. Has 2 crit, 3 attack speed even. A Sticky Bomb, Focus Crystal. With safer spaces, you can use that Focus Crystal. Look at that. He's playing real close. Really close to the boss there. And why not? It's free 20% extra damage. A lot of people will send question marks a lot of times when they see someone pick up a Focus Crystal. It's like, oh, why are you using the Focus Crystal? It's bad. It doesn't do anything. I mean, if I'm in a race and I can get up to the boss at no cost, at no penalty, why wouldn't I take it? It's 20% faster. It's huge. And Zinc's taking full advantage. We saw Zinc do this in the first loadout as well on Commando. Focus Crystal value. Doesn't matter who you are, just play it up close. Maybe a little bit annoying with the Ballista sending you a mile away every time you use it. But huge. Just the tiny little things like that. And Ken's here, while Zinc is already almost done with phase 1. Even with that +5. Ken's hasn't have any deaths yet. He's gonna use this gun. Has a vase set up. Okay, so Ken's wants a yellow item. I guess maybe they were thinking it's going to be like a Zai construct. Don't want to deal with a Zai. Better just have it killed. And if you do get something like Empathy Cores, well, that's nice too, right? I like cores. Liam, meanwhile, we'll take an update on him. Still on stage 4. Oh, gets a +5. I think that was from the oil orbs. They have these giant blast radii, and they'll shoot you through walls, and it's awful. And straight through the floor. We saw an example right there. He's still struggling. I don't know if he's just really struggling with dealing with them whenever they get into suck mode. I see he has the TP charged all the way to 99%. So maybe just a few enemies. Oh, I see it. I see it. Look at the stupid... Oh, my... I cannot swear. I'll get demonetized. Look at the stupid mushroom. Oh, my God. Look at that. Huge damage. Huge value. There's that stupid mending mushroom, which heals itself so that it can then heal others. Right? Unable to finish it off. Huntress has auto-aim and... Oh, there it goes. There it goes. The Mending Mushroom's healing itself, and as it heals itself, the Clay Dune Strider's right on top of it. That stupid mushroom needs to die. Until that mushroom dies, these things are just going to keep healing to full health. Or you could just walk really far away so that they outwalk the mushroom. That's so frustrating. That's so dumb. Why does that stupid healing circle heal everybody? Incredibly frustrating. Oh, careful. You don't want a +5, though. You just got 1 already. You don't want to die if you're Liam. There's still a chance, at the very least, you can qualify for this loadout. Right? To not qualify, get a placement. And looks like Genesis Loop's actually going to come and save the day for Liam. Let's see. Can he finish the mushroom, though? Yes. Alright, thank God. Now just has to do a whole other Dune Strider's worth of health, and he'll be out of that. Zinc dealing with pizza on phase 3 Mythics already. Having a very quick fight. Fights are going to be quick when you have, what was that, 2 Lysate Cell? 2 crit, 3... Yeah, I've said the damage items like a billion times. Zinc has damage. Confirmed. DeKlowski just making it to the fight now. So maybe had DeKlowski not had that 1+5, would still have that watch. We could see maybe there being a chance. But he'd have to go fast. Even if he didn't +5, because it's not going to be like a 2-minute Mithrix fight or something. Right, gets the nice ballista there at the start. Ken's died. Huh? What happened to Ken's? Everyone at this point has 1 +5. Alright, let's observe here. We have an elder that got stuck. Some parents running around. Ken's already killed the boss with the tricorn. We see some bells. What's gonna happen here? Loses the safer spaces. Gets blasted by a couple wisps. Oh, there's 3 elders. There's 4 elders. And mushrooms. And all their elder shots are gonna converge. Ken's needs to run. Tries to vase. Gets away with the vase. Where's the +5 come from then? Snipes some enemies, but auto locks into wisps. And no way! Glacial wisp spawn behind. Still not dead. Wait. Oh, this was all after the +5. Well, I'm a dummy. Call this a highlight. This is a little late for me right here. Where does she die? Okay. Charges a TP some. It's going to walk up this hill. Parent teleports. Elder jump shot. And a bell. Having the elder distract, the bell comes out and finishes Ken's off. Unfortunate. So that's everyone then. Everyone is +5'd. At least once. Even playing field, which is perfect for Zinc. Having made that mistake on stage 4 on Sundered Grove. There's 2 ATGs that missed. LOL. Yeah, Zinc is halfway through phase 3, as DeKlowski is only just now getting to the moon, getting to the Mithrix fight, and the other 2 are still on stage 5 and stage 4. So take a look here between the 2 for a little bit, while the others are just mostly just looting around. Yeah, real-time difference. DeKlowski's actually behind by 6 seconds. Unless Zinc dies, like, right now. Right, because Zinc has safer spaces. Zinc likes to do this technique where he gets rid of his safer spaces before phase 4. And then he becomes invincible, can't die on the ship. Oh, that was a close pizza. That was a close pizza on Zinc. But he does teleport out. He gets out of it. Tries to ballista skip, does not get it. He's going to hurt himself. In game. There he goes, loses the safer spaces. Safer spaces gets taken away while it's offline. And it's gonna, I mean, that's just an easy phase 4. You don't mess this up. I don't see how anyone would ever mess up a phase 4 like this. You've got super speed. DeKlowski's halfway through phase 1. He doesn't have that polylude. Just a huge difference maker there. And Zinc says slow. At 33 minutes, that would have been a 28-minute run without the +5 there. Maybe a 29, close to 30-minute run? Or close to more like a, yeah, 30-minute real time. Uses the vase to go way down. This is a smart strategy that we see more and more these days. If you don't have a good portal and you have a vase, you can just angle your vase downward, use your safer spaces, get back. I mean, your safer spaces comes back every frame, so it's literally impossible to die. He's A-okay. And while DeKlowski is on phase 1 of Mithrix here still, is going to be looking to maybe deny bonus points, which might come in handy down the line. This is only week 2 of the hosting league, and raw points are the first determining factor in terms of tie-breaking. On top of that, DeKlowski does want to do good and not die too many times, because at this given point, at this given moment, between two of these racers here. Between DeKlowski and Ken's. Ken's +5 6 times on loadout 1. I think DeKlowski died once. So, yeah, Ken's is now at 6 +5s total. DeKlowski's at 1. If DeKlowski loses to Ken's here and gets like 6 more +5s, which I highly doubt would happen, he ends up getting 3rd and Ken's gets 2nd. Or, right, another option for Ken's to get in 2nd place here would be if Liam could fill the gap, fill that void a little bit between DeKlowski and Ken's. Then Liam would be able to save Ken's day, come in 3rd place, have DeKlowski get 4th, and then Ken's get 2nd. And then she would win in 2nd. Alright, so there's still a lot of stuff at hand here. Zink's time just came in. It's at 34:10 is the time to beat. Let me go ahead and put that in there. Put on a time to tonight. This is for both bonus points. Or for the first bonus point anyways. 39:10. Right, because definitely it's still possible. We'll say time to deny bonus. I still need to get like a system down for this. There we go. Time to deny bonus. And okay. Yeah, I mean if Ken's is gonna need to get help, it's gonna need to happen like right now. Liam hasn't even activated the teleport yet. He's gonna find the gun though. Maybe that might convince him to do that. And I had to check something there. Activates the teleport. Sees the grandparent's gonna shoot the grandparent. Boom, gun. Kind of the sad thing about shooting that grandparent instantly, though, is there's a bunch of gup on the screen. There's probably going to be some elders, I think, on the screen as well. And now you got to deal with all of them and deal with the TP. I feel like it'd honestly just be better to have the grandparent alive. Oh, wait, no, all the elders are dead. What am I thinking? That's just the gup. Between Ken's and DeKlowski here. Look at the current race. Oh, why did I look away? Look away for 1 second. Let's take a look. Activated the TP, started fighting the TP, gets the Will-O-the-Wisp from killing the boss. That's kind of nice, right? You get that and the Planula. There's bells, there's wisps. We'll slow it down here. And stands still, gets double hit from 2 different bell shots at 2 different angles. Right, that's the one bad thing about Ballista, is that you got to be really safe when you're using it. Otherwise, it could result in a +5. In DeKlowski here, speaking of +5s, doesn't +5 yet, but just had to use his Genesis loop here at the start of Phase 3. We'll call it a tactical loop, right? And if you can, like, just get tickled by something, you can actually generate another one. Which would be cool. Just like 1 Exploder Orb. I almost feel like he wants it. Yeah, there it goes. Ah! Really? Tries to vase through to not get killed. Had the gloop. Everything was perfect there. That was going to be a huge amount of enemies that would get hit. And keep in mind that DeKlowski? Well, DeKlowski also has an ATG, so if that Genesis loop hit 8 or 9 enemies and killed them all, that's 8 or 9 procs of ATG that would be all going to the one enemy that's still alive, which would be Mithrix. Oh, man, that would have been perfect. That would have been great, potentially. But now DeKlowski at 2+5s. Ken's got the help that she needs, at least for this loadout, to maybe try and snag second place in this race overall. But again, DeKlowski will need to die a lot more for that to happen. Like, I'm talking, what, 5 more deaths? Time to deny bonus is 39.10. That's for the first bonus point. And that's actually impossible at this point. Cannot happen. Zinc at least gets 1 bonus point. And it's now to deny double bonus. $44.10. Time to deny. We'll see. 44.10 is definitely doable for Ken's here. DeKlowski already passed that point with a double +5. And okay, Mithrix is at least almost dead for him. We'll soon be out of this misery. And oh no, oh god, Ken's just gets a Genesis loop proc. Let's see that again. Let's see how much damage that does. He's hiding behind this ramp. 2 wisps shooting at her, right? Has a couple repulsion armor plates, so might not be the end of the world. There we go. There's Ballista, which leads to a couple bit of damage. And I think a stray golem shot just absolutely blasts. Doing a lot of damage there to Ken's, but Ken's looks like she'll make it. Oh boy. Oh man. DeKlowski with the double focus crystal, just being so much at a later time. If you get to the Mithrix arena and you're at like 35-40 minutes, it becomes a lot increasingly harder to do things like take advantage of focus crystal and stuff, because you end up getting more ads. Oh god, I don't even know how he. I am losing my speech. Observe. Okay, maybe I went too slow. Okay, we'll go at half speed here. Oh, VLC is not happy with me. I'm sorry, VLC. Okay. So here comes DeKlowski. Here goes the pizza. First slice. Boom. Dodge. Easy. Still easy. Kind of relaxing. Gonna go for Ballista, and this is where things are gonna get sus. Uses a blink, and I don't know how he didn't die there, but right there. Maybe like Huntress's cape? Not a cape, a scarf. Got hit by that. And DeKlowski dies anyway from that. That's so unfortunate. It was like 1 pixel off from missing. But gets hit, and now is at 3+5s. At 3 deaths. 15-minute penalty for DeKlowski, which really isn't good. Right, we still need to see a couple more things happen. Right, Ken's is just entering phase 3 of the fight. And, well, I mean, Ken's is still going to need 4 more deaths from DeKlowski in order to end, in terms of standings, to get second place. All right, both racers did complete loadout race 1. So it goes to the +5 tiebreaker, which I think is cool. I think by incentivizing deaths in terms of like tie-breaking, it or at least makes it a little bit more convincing, gives people a little bit more reason to be careful. But I guess Ken's wasn't thinking about carefulness because she was being careless and gets a +5. Observe. Gets hit by the hammer. Runs away. Okay, he's going to use Ballista. And just 1 fist too short. Just barely. barely was unable to dodge that shot. And now has 2+5s. If there was any chance that DeKlowski was going to die another 4 times, it now has to be another 5 times. Time to design bonus, by the way, of 4410. Not happening. Now it goes down to time to complete, which will be at 7410. Time to complete. There you go. It's 7410. Yeah, I mean, with DeKlowski needed to +5 5 more times, it'd have to happen, like, right here. Or just have him concede. Right. Not happening. It's getting hit a little bit by the Void Reavers, but that's nothing. And he's going to be able to charge ship. Looks like he's going to be at, like, a 54. If your Ken's here, you cannot +5. You cannot die. Ken's gets hit by a shockwave from Mithrix's hammer. You cannot afford this death. Safer Spaces comes in. How clutch? How clutch was that, Safer Spaces? How many frames? Hold up. Zoom. Enhance. Safer Spaces comes up. Comes up right here at 47.46. Boom. Within a second. Saved by a second from that. Now, I don't know if that would have killed, but Mithrix's shockwaves, they do a lot. They cripple you and all that, and could have been what ended up getting her dead. Had that Safer Spaces not kicked in on the second, on the moment. But it's not over yet. Ken still has to survive this pizza, has to deal 10,000 damage to Mithrix. Ken's found Plasma Shrimp. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. 16 health for Ken's. You are scaring me beyond right now. What happens here, as Ken's finishes up pizza, is that going to be... Gets hit, loses, does she have Opal? No, no Opal. Already had Safer Spaces get taken away. But this little guy right here, iron shots. And how many hit? Oh, there's a golem shot, 2 golem shots. One of these could hit. No, it's Mithrix. Somehow swipes her, despite the fact that the stupid swipe animation doesn't even show her being touched whatsoever. That's dumb. We'll get to see a Genesis loop. Let us observe. Boom. I think Mithrix was actually shielded by that rock, and it doesn't really do much damage except for hurt a couple ads a little bit. With the Plasma Shrimp unable to really do much. But Mithrix fall damages himself. Really good play on Ken's part, or lucky play. Mithrix gets the fall damage, gets the last little bit of damage dealt, and we're in phase 4 here. Alright. Now again, unless Ken's dies like... No, if Ken's dies once, she gets in 3rd instead of 4th. So you don't want to die. And you could even get in last if Liam, who just started the fight here, finishes before you as well. Alright, so really got to be careful. Gets Ice Bands back. So Mithrix will die in about 5 seconds. Jump over those orbs. And there we go. There's the Ice Band proc. There's the Plasma Shrimp. And that's phase 4 done. 4 Kens. Standing at 49.38. DeKlowski finished at 53.58. Was it 53.08? I think it's a 53.08, yeah. So Ken's, I should have put up time for second. What's Ken's doing? Just go down, you have the safer spaces. We saw what Zinc did. It feels a little bit more safe on top of the bridge. Messes up a few vases. I'm not feeling too good about that, but it's okay. Because as long as you get to the ship, and as long as you don't die, you will be getting in second place. Go ahead and start handing out some points here. As Zinc is guaranteed to get both bonus points. He is now at 9. And has solidified himself for first place. Congrats to Zinc. Played really, really fast in both loadouts here in this one. Just saw mobility, went for the mobility, got the poly loot, and knew when to go. Had a +5 take place, but that golem, I mean, it was a sick flick from the golem, I gotta say. Just gotta be a little bit more careful with those ballistas. And Liam here at 51:42 only has about a minute to finish and gets the ship and beat the game in order to get in third place and beat DeKlowski. But at 50 minutes and 58 seconds, Ken's comes in second for this loadout. Well played. Go and hand those out. Hand out those points. You can zoom in here. That's up to 3 points there. And DeKlowski, I mean, I'm going to wait another minute. By technicality, right? If you can just cheat and find some new tech somehow that instantly ends the game without using debug toolkit, without using any sort of mod. We'll see what Liam has cooked up for us here. Prepping the phase 3 start. There you go. Liam is the only one with double bubble, I think. Yeah, I was able to keep an opal. I don't think anyone else found that opal. It's pretty early on. It's the power of full loot in here. Take a look at Liam's build as well. 5 soldier syringe, 3 lens makers, 4 sticky bomb. Has the ATG, has the poly loot. Probably has the strongest proc chain out of anyone here. And takes a hammer swing. Oh, God. Now, you got to be careful if you're Liam. You at least want to be able to finish. And while you're playing as Huntress, you have all these defensive items. And things are looking good. Oh, Genesis loop gets off. Mithrix hiding yet again. Mithrix has been really, really sneaky with these glute procs. Oh, geez. Gets up the ballista, has to find Mithrix, and oh, gets needled last second before Mithrix decides it's time to go up. Was a little bit too far away. Mithrix is going to start shooting needles as a result, and since he was just in a straight line between him and Mithrix, wasn't moving horizontal to him, takes a +5 and is up to 59 minutes now at 3 +5s. Yikes. Can really only afford about 3 more deaths. Which, okay. I'm just being a little... what would be the phrase? I don't know. No, not schizo. I'm scared. I'm scared for Liam here. I want him to finish. And, oh man, some good ATG procs that might just kill Mithrix. If they, no, they do a lot of damage though. It's like 3,000 each. Maybe a little bit more if they were crits or poly-loot procced. That's interesting. Okay, so here's a little bit of advice for Liam. If you have your ballista, don't use the ballista while Mithrix is standing in the center unless you're trying to like proc fire bands or something. Because Mithrix has 200 armor whenever he lands in the center of the arena. So your ballistas are only getting 1/3 the value. Now you might be able to land the shots easier. right? You're just looking for something to do while you're waiting for Mithrix to start charging at you so you can use your bow. Maybe you get some like ATGs off or something that maybe you would have missed. But if you could just find the good timing to just use your ballistas when he's not armored, you're going to get a lot more DPS off, a lot more damage. We're seeing Planula kick in. This is annoying. Mithrix is dying 30%, or like 60%, yeah, 30% slower because of it. But with the Polyelite, ATG kicks in. There's some crit. There we go. Mithrix is actually dying for real now. And Liam likes that. Liam also gets hit by an orb. Thankfully doesn't have any bans. Already had the crowbar taken back. No Void Set Flame. Planula's taken away from Mithrix. He's on death's door, and boom. Well done, Liam. Is going to be guaranteed to finish this loadout. We'll be getting a placement in 4th here, which is better than a DNF in terms of tiebreakers. After raw points, DNFs are used to determine standings, so this could come in handy at the end of the league here. I believe the top 22 racers out of 28 will be making it into the tournament at the conclusion of the league. And every point counts, every DNF, every death, every second. It's all adding up to something greater here in the hosting league. Well done, Liam. Well done, Kens, for getting the extra point there. Maybe not going to be able to beat DeKlowski, who gets 1 point, has less deaths though. Meaning, tiebreaker goes to DeKlowski with the advantage. And there's the final standings right there. Zinc at 9, Ken's at 3, DeKlowski at 3, and Liam at 0. I feel like everyone did pretty well here. Liam just really struggled with dealing with bosses, with dealing with enemy priority and timing. Right, had to deal with that Mending Mushroom that just healed the whole Sundered Grove boss like 5 different times, and we saw that also happen in the first race, right, with the Mending Lemurians and Mending Beetles. So many Mending enemies, though. To be fair, poor Liam, cursed by Mending. Hopefully, it's just able to recognize the scariness of Mending enemies, and with a little bit of priority practice, I think we could be seeing some much better times from Liam here in future races. Ken stood good, had the +5 on stage. What was it? Stage 5? Yeah. Was up suspended in the air and just got blasted. Everyone died. Everyone died this loadout. That's crazy. No one was spared. But that's just how it is sometimes here in Hosting League. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next upload. Till then, have a good one. Bye.